Hello, this is my video on Ubuntu Budgie 1804, and this is the first time that I've ever installed or tried Ubuntu Budgie, so we'll see together what it looks like and so on. So here's the welcome screen for the installation disk, and just select your language and whether you want to try it without installing to make sure you like it, or whether you just want to go ahead and install it. If you try it, it's not going to make any changes to your hard drive. It's just going to run entirely from the CD drive or USB flash drive or whatever you have the image burned to. And to get the disk to start, you have to go into the BIOS screen of the computer and change the boot order or select the disk that it is installed on so that you can get to this. Otherwise it might just boot into your already installed operating system. But anyways, back to this. Install Ubuntu Budgie. Make sure everything's right. You could test the keyboard, make sure everything's working the way it's supposed to, or detect the keyboard layout if you're not sure. But if you're not sure, you're probably going to be using the standard. And here we're doing the normal installation, and we'll download the updates while installing. And actually, let's not do that. And we'll install the third-party software so that we could listen to MP3s, and so that we could install proprietary graphics from the manufacturer. But if you have NVIDIA, you need that. And certain Wi-Fi hardware needs the manufacturer software rather than the open source. But if you're sure that you don't need any closed source or proprietary, basically from the manufacturer software, then you can leave that checked. But I would recommend checking it if you're new to this, because more things will work. This is where it looks for other operating systems and gives you the choice of dual booting, where you could boot from when you turn on the computer. If you're dual booting, you just choose which operating system that's installed on the computer that you want to run. So if you have Windows, you could choose to run Windows, or you can choose Ubuntu or whatever. And then if you don't want anybody looking at your files, if they steal your computer, then you might want this. Or if you're advanced, you could check something else. But the disk is empty, so we'll just use erase disk and install Ubuntu Budgie. This screen, you check your time zone. If you're not sure, if you're not sure where you live, if you don't like the city that gives, you could put in something else, and maybe it'll find it, maybe it won't. I'm in the central time zone. It probably detected where I live based on my IP address. But if it isn't, you could just click on the correct time zone. And this is where you create the administrative or the profile with admin privileges, sudo privileges, they called in Linux. And computer name, you want something that will if you ever look at what's attached to your router, you probably want something that will describe it so you know what it is. Okay, and make up the password. You can also make standard user profiles in Linux where the user doesn't have any administrative privileges, and so it's harder for a hacker to install things onto their profile when the user can install things anyway. So here we are installing the system, and it has a little slideshow. So it's integrated with GNOME. That's not a surprise, but it's interesting. Okay, so the installation is complete. You need to restart the computer, and so just click the restart. Okay, so Budgie has restarted, and I'll just put in the password. Wait for it to show up, and this is my first time using this, so learning about this too. There's a little coffee cup, caffeine indicator. Okay. Internet connection. What's this? Notes. Nightlight. There's a lot of features. Okay, that's where you go look at your files. Notifications. Sounds. What's this? Applets. What if you click that? Okay, you could get the calendar and preferences. What's this? The menu. Let's look at the welcome thing. Okay. So this is nice. Allows you to install different browsers if you don't like Chromium. Customization. There's going to be a lot of updates. Drivers. This is nice. Able to get the graphics drivers and stuff right from the start rather than searching for it. So if you have an NVIDIA graphics card or you're running a virtual machine or whatever, this could find the what you want to select to make the graphics work better. Cool. So we'll close that. Remind me later, and we'll look at this. Software, the software folder. So this is where you install different applications, and you could see what's already installed. You check the updates. It's not up to date. Okay. And then the files. It looks very similar to GNOME. Tilux. What's that? Okay, that's the console. Terminal, whatever you want to call it. Has LibreOffice installed. Chromium. Let's look at what's in here. System monitor. Let's look at how much RAM this is using. It's using 1 gigabyte of RAM, which is better than GNOME that this appears to be based on. GNOME in my last installation on everything else was the same, 1.3 gigabytes. But KDE is about half a gigabyte on the minimal install, which isn't a good. It's probably similar on the full install. If you want to see what the processes are using the most memory, it's this right here. Let's see what else is there. Utilities. Okay, so this is what's Geary email. Look at Geary. I haven't looked at it for a while. Okay, I guess you have to install or set up a email for that. So this is the setup for and slight overview of Ubuntu Budgie. And it's weather for some location, probably Chicago, where it thinks I live. Cool. Okay, thank you for watching, and let's close that. Let's quit. Shut down. Thank you for watching, and that's it.